What's up? What's happening? Texas Red in the building. Texas Red in the building. Say, man, I was looking at Instagram yesterday, man. I seen a reel where they were talking about they putting fentanyl on the weed now. Shit, man, they been putting fentanyl on the weed, man. I remember being in penitentiary, way back in what 2015, 16, might have been farther back than that, man. When they had the K2 up in there, and boys had converted to the K2, and the reason why they converted to the K2 is because they were beating the drug test. You know what I'm saying? They could smoke, get high, and have a drug test, and they piss clean. So boys were shying away from the weed because they had to worry about pissing dirty. Plus, the K2 was so strong. You know, the high was so good on the K2, boys didn't even want to smoke no weed, man. And they had plenty of weed on the yard, and they had got to the point where they couldn't sell the weed. They couldn't sell the weed on the yard. So boys getting in all this weed, and they holding on to it. They can't move it. So boys were like, man, we can't move this weed, man. We got to do something. Everybody moving. The K2 moving. K2 moving, but they can't move the weed. So they got to the point where they started spraying the weed. You know what I'm saying? They started spraying the weed so they could move it. Because the weed high wasn't getting them boys high enough. You know, it's a whole bunch of junkies up in that penitentiary, man. Them boys, they want to get high. They want to get out of their mind. So they wasn't buying the weed. So they started spraying the weed, making the boys buy the weed. So they been spraying the weed way back in the gap. And I just seen the reel where they talking about they putting the fentanyl on there right now. Man, they been doing that, man, for real. And man, they were spraying that paper. They were spraying that weed. Man, that shit was having boys, I'm talking about out of their mind. Boy was in there tripping, man. And the penitentiary, they call it an episode. When the boy gets so high, he go to flipping out, he go to spazzing, you know what I'm saying? He can't hold his head up, he throwing up, he can't control himself. They call that an episode. So that's what that fentanyl to do, man. And you know, some of them boys were dying. Some of them boys was getting so high, and when they come back, they never come back right. You know what I'm saying? They stayed kind of crazy. They stayed kind of throwed off. Some of them boys was getting throwed off. And man, the episodes would be so bad, it would make you feel like you about to die. And I remember I had converted. That's the reason why I don't even smoke no more, man, because of that fentanyl K2 shit, man. I quit smoking everything. I even got scared of smoking weed, man, because they were spraying the weed. And you really don't know what you getting, man. You buy some weed, you think it's some regular weed, boy, done sprayed it, man. Now you out of your mind, you looking crazy, you think you finna die, you don't know what's finna happen. So man, I just gave it all the way up here. Cause I never know what I was gonna get. And I was scared because I know that shit'll knock you off. You know what I'm saying? So I just told myself, I said, man, I'm going to give up everything. I ain't doing nothing. And man, I remember one time, man, my celly, he had got something in. And I hadn't smoked in a while because I got transferred. When you go through transit, shit, it might take you 4-5 months to get to the next spot. So I remember my celly, he got some in. It was some K2, the grass kind that looked like weed. And when he got it in, he showed it to me. I had smoked it so long, I was ready to get high. So I said, man, what's up, man? We gonna blow one? You know, cause he was getting together, he getting ready to sell. So it was late at night, probably about 9, 10 o'clock at night. We finna get ready to go to bed. So I said, what's up, man? I said, man, we gonna blow one? Shit, I ain't blowed in a while. I was fiending, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, nah, man, we ain't gonna do nothing at night. Let's just do it in the morning. So I was like, all right. Shit, I'm laid up in there, man. I'm trying to go to sleep, man. I'm feeling so hard, dog. I can't even sleep. I can't wait till 6 o'clock in the morning so we can get up and blow. So when it was time to get up that morning, he tell me, he said, man, I ain't gonna do nothing, man. He said, man, I'm finna go to the child hall and go and do some networking, man, so I can get off this shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, you just go on and blow it. I'll catch up with you later on. So I'm like, all right, man, cool. So I sat at the table. I rolled it up. It just, in the penitentiary, we smoke what we call mosquito leads. Our joints be like mosquito leads. They be thin. You don't really be that much in it, but it don't take that much. So I rolled me up a mosquito lead. And when he went out the door, you know what I'm saying, I made sure the close was clear. So I fired it up. I'm hitting it. It was short. So I went on and blowed the whole thing because I didn't think it was gonna do me like that. Man, once I got to sitting on the bed, man, and I felt it coming. So I'm sitting on the bed, man, and it was like it wasn't no regular high. It was like I just kept going up, 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 up. Then it got to the point where I got scared. I was like, God damn, I'm too high. So I jumped up. I finna try to go out the door. And when I finished trying to go out the door, I got scared to go out the door because I said, man, somebody gonna know I'm high. So I sat back down. It's like I was struggling with it, man. I didn't have no control over myself, man. And it was because it had that shit on it. I didn't know it had that shit on it. So when my celly, he came back, he was like, man, what's up? I said, man, I'm out of it, man. I'm out of it. I said, man, I feel like I'm about to die, man. He was like, man, just hold on, man. Just fight. He's sitting right there. He coaching me. He's sitting with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting. I'm trying to fight it all, man. But it's on me so tough. And I had my headphones on, man. And I'm listening to ESPN on my headphones, sports radio. And, man, it sounded like sports radio just seemed like they were sounding like aliens. Like I was all the way out of my mind, like the sports commentator. They went to sounding like aliens and shit, man. I was in there, man. I was tripping, man. And then I started thinking that I was finna die, man. So I was like, man, I need to go to the computer and text my people. I need to text my people, man, because something happened to me. I need to let my people know, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking like that, man. I really was thinking it was it. So I finally got myself together. And I went down to the computer. I was finna text my people and really just say some goodbyes or something to them. Man, I was tripping. Man, when I got down to the computer, man, I couldn't even remember my login. I was so out of it, I couldn't even remember my login, man. I couldn't even remember my login to even type my people, man. I was just sitting there, I was tripping. I was like, oh, man, I'm finna die. And my people ain't gonna know. They ain't gonna hear from me, none of that. So I got myself together, man. I went back up to the room. I'm sitting up in the room, and my celly, he said, man, I gotta use the bathroom, man. I was so high, man. I was like, man, just hold up, man. Hold up. I can't even move right now. He had to hold this shit because I couldn't move. That's how far gone I was, man. And that shit stayed on me, man, probably about 4 or 5 hours before I got myself together where I could function, man. And, man, I told myself, I said, man, I ain't finna be fucking with this shit. That's one of the reasons why I don't smoke today, because you don't know what you smoking. And, man, I'll never forget, man, I stayed in the dorm all day that day. I didn't even go outside because I was trying to recuperate. So the next day, I go to the child, I seen my homeboy. And my homeboy was like, man, where was you at yesterday, man? I said, shit, man. I stayed in the unit all day. I said, shit. I said, nigga, I got some shit yesterday. Because he liked to smoke, too. I said, man, I got hold to some shit yesterday. I said, nigga, I like to die yesterday. And he was like, yeah. I said, yeah, nigga. I said, nigga, I like to die. I said, shit, you want one? That nigga said, hell yeah. This nigga said, hell yeah. I done seen him told this nigga I almost died. And I asked him, did he want one? And he said, hell yeah. That's how them niggas be in that penitentiary, boy. These niggas be trying to escape. They want to do anything to escape, man. And that's the reason why boys really be getting high in that penitentiary, because they be trying to escape, man, because their time be on you so tough, man. You just wanna take your mind out of there for a few minutes or for a couple hours or whatever. So boys get high all day, man, so they can just chill and relax, and it make you feel like, oh man, this shit ain't nothing, man. I can do this shit. And to be honest with you, man, most of the boys in there, they do their time high. They do their time high. Man, I did 18 years high. I'm talking about high. It was like the time really wasn't nothing, man, because I stayed high. And I probably wouldn't even been able to do the time as smooth as I did it, man, if I wasn't high. You know what I'm saying? Boy, don't know, man. Boys in there getting high as hell. They drinking wine. What they call wine is called hooch. But boys getting drunk. They getting drunk up in there, man. The boys in there, they doing their time, man, because they out of their mind. They either high or they either getting drunk, man. They gambling. They playing tickets. They doing whatever they can do, man, to get their mind off of that time, man. And I know y'all wonder out here on the streets how we be doing that time. That's how we do that time, man. We either high, drunk, playing tickets, gambling. We doing everything that we would be doing on the streets to help us do that time.